Welcome to Women's Rugby Rundown 223 for November 3rd through the 9th. In Sevens news, Perth has been locked in as the Australian Sevens host for 3 more years, and Delta was crowned the overall Brazilian Super Sevens champion. This week in 15's news, we look at the growing frustration over the Welsh talent drain to England. In Domestic 15's news, Stirling County secured their grand final spot in Scotland, while Gloucester-Hartpury staged an epic comeback in the PWR, and we cover the USA Club postseasons in Northern and Atlantic. I'm Wendy, here to bring you the latest in women's rugby news. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. Let's look at International 15's news. Former Wales fly half Eleanor Snowsill is very frustrated about England's headhunting Wales' most promising young female talent. Snowsill argues that players developed in Welsh pathways are being lured across the border by the draw of the world champion Red Roses. She points out that staying in a smaller union like Wales offers a better path to the senior squad, where they are not just another number in a large English system. The Welsh Rugby Union is actively fighting this player drain by boosting funding for the Celtic Challenge, offering dual contracts, and proposing a new 4-club league. The goal is to make staying in Wales more attractive and competitive, ensuring Welsh talent remains at home to develop the senior national team. The success of these initiatives will be crucial for the Welsh national team's strength in the coming years. Now over to Sevens news. Australia just confirmed that Perth is staying as the official Sevens stop for the next 3 years, kicking off on February 7th and 8th, 2026. It's huge because ever since the event moved from Sydney, it's been a massive success, especially with the Aussie women's team scoring a championship win there last year. The women's national sevens teams from Spain, France, and the Czech Republic are currently in Alicante for a joint training camp to kick off their new sevens season. France is, of course, competing in the top-tier sevens series starting in Dubai, while Spain's Lionesses and the Czechs are aiming for promotion from the second division. The training camp, which includes 2 Spanish sides, will feature several preparation matches to ensure all teams start their campaigns in peak condition for the new international circuit. The 2-stage Super Sevens Brazilian Women's Rugby Sevens Championship has crowned Delta as the overall 2025 champion in the first division, securing 20 total points after winning the final stage on Sunday. In the second division, the Lionesses of Persepolis dominated both tournaments to finish first with 10 points, earning them the crucial promotion spot into the 2026 First Division. The Lionesses' success confirms their place among the top 7 clubs for the next season. Now let's get into our domestic and clubs 15's news. Stirling County cemented their place in the Arnold Clark Premiership Grand Final on December 13th, securing a massive 43-12 bonus point victory over last year's champions Christopherson for their 10th straight win. Meanwhile, Watsonian took a massive step toward joining them by shutting out Heruits 39-0. In the bottom half, Hillhead Jordan and Bigga both picked up 5-point wins to consolidate their position as teams fight to avoid the relegation playoff spot. Round 3 of the PWR delivered some serious results, highlighted by Gloucester-Hartpury's an epic second-half comeback from a 12-point deficit to beat Harlequins 33-26, maintaining their perfect record. Trailfinders secured their first win of the season in dominant fashion, crushing Sale 64-22 on the road, while Saracens also had a comfortable 33-12 away victory over Bristol. The most dramatic result in the PWR was the 66-point thriller between Loughborough and Exeter, which ended in an exciting 33-33 draw after a last-minute conversion leveled the score. This high-scoring affair showcased the competitiveness of the league, though the draw left both teams having to split the points in a result that could prove costly later in the season. Round 5 of the Nigeria AIL division brought some ridiculously high scores, with UL Bohemian winning an absolute blowout 98-0 over Cook and Old Belvedere smashing Toulouse 79-0 to vault back into the top 4. The title race remains tight at the top as UL Bohemian and Galwegians stay undefeated, with Blackrock close behind them in third after beating Wicklow, while Railway Union also secured a solid win over Ballincollig. Round 4 of the AXA Elite 1 saw massive wins and a significant upset. ASM Romagna delivered the shock of the round, dominating Montpellier with a huge 29-7 away victory. Meanwhile, several teams secured emphatic wins. Stade Toulousain overpowered Lyon 38-6. Blagnac crushed Stade Villanova 41-3, and Stade Bordelais routed AC Bobigny 40-8, confirming the league's top-tier team's dominance. Round 5 of Iberdrola action confirmed El Salvador as the undisputed league leader, continuing their perfect season with a dominant 43-17 win over Coruña. Elsewhere, both Getxo and Sant Cugat showcased their comeback skills to secure big wins. Getxo defeating Olímpico Pozuelo 37-19, and St. Cugat overcoming an early deficit to defeat Verdes Cocos 29-22. Meanwhile, Cisneros quietly defeated Majadahonda 20-5. The playoff picture for some competitions in the Northern Atlantic regions of USA Club Rugby is coming into shape. Several championships are scheduled for this coming weekend. In the Northern region, the D1 Midwest final will feature Pittsburgh Forge versus Chicago North Shore, while the D2 final is set between South Buffalo and Milwaukee Scylla. Out in the Atlantic, the D2 NERFU championships will be Providence versus Worcester, and the D2 Empire final pits New Haven against Danbury. For D3, the NERFU final sees Portland versus North Shore, and the Empire final is Morris Lions versus Union. More news out of New Zealand as they are shaking up the Farrah Palmer Cup, reducing it to a 12-team structure with 2 balanced pools of 6. The Central Roofing Taranaki FIA, who had a rough run with no wins this past season in the championship, have been relegated from the FPC and will move to a developmental competition to build up their grassroots strength. Crucially, the NZR will also not be using the normal promotion or relegation system for 2026, which means the undefeated championship winner may be denied the premiership spot they earned on the field. Alice Stopper is surprisingly okay with the news that Taranaki is being cut, believing this restructuring will actually work if it promotes consistent, high-quality play in the lower-tier development leagues. Her main concern is that the new system must set a minimum operating standard across all provinces for resources like S&C and physio, ensuring all aspiring players have a fair shot at the top. That does it for us. Of course, there's more news on our site at yscrugby.com. Never miss one of our episodes. Women's Rugby Rundown is available anywhere you get your podcasts from.